Greetings, fellow grade 11s. It's Mr. Joy here. Welcome to Back to Basics. Now, what we are doing now, we are looking at your financial mathematics, and we are looking at our grade 11, questions to see in terms of what is it that we can do basically whenever we are required, to do these types of questions, right? Now, so I think this is our this is our November 2014 paper, right? On financial mathematics, right? So this was written in the year November. I think this is 2014, if I'm not mistaken, right? Now let's look at this. So they are saying now you're having a tractor, or rather they're saying a tractor bought for 120,000 depreciate to what? To 11,090,41 after 12 years by using a reducing balance method. Now they want us to calculate the rate of depreciation per annum, right? Right. So they are saying the rate was fixed for over 12 months. So what is it that you are having here? So whenever we are referring to a reducing balance method, so basically this is A is equals to P into, this is going to be 1 subtract your I to the power of n, right? Now, what is going to be your A, which is the accumulated amount? Now, the accumulated amount of this particular, thing now, it is 11,000. Remember, now after 12 years, it is now 11,090, comma 41, which is going to be close to the principal, which was the price before. It is 120,000 into 1 subtract. Now, what is going to be the interest? Now, we are not sure of the interest because we are not given, right? But we know that this is going to be 12. And if you can look at the compounding period, remember, depreciation usually occurs yearly, right? So that's why here it's same as what? It's same as just 12, right? Oh, it's okay. Now, so what is this that you're going to have now from here? So we are going to start here. Then you're going to start by dividing both sides, right? You're going to divide both sides by 120,000. Here you divide also by 100 and what? 120,000, if I'm not mistaken, right? And then now what is it that you're left with? You are left with 11,090,41 is over what? Over 120,000 or 120,000, yes, is going to be same as 1 subtract your I to the power of 12. Now we want to get rid of the 12. So we are going to look at the what? We are going to find out what is going to be the 12th root. Okay, so we are going to look for the 12th root, right? And now, which means now this is what you're going to have. Remember, the square root and the 12 are now going to cancel each other, right? So which means now your I that you're going to have, remember now this is same as what? This is same as 1 subtract I, which means now what is it then that you're going to have here? For an example, remember this was 1 subtract I. Remember when the 12 is subtracted here, this is same as 1 subtract I, if I'm not mistaken, right? So which means you can take the I on this other side and take the square root on this other side, which means your I is going to be same as 1. Now subtract the square root of, right, the 12th root of 1,1090, comma 41 divide by, this is going to be 120, right? 120. Then this is going to what? This is going to be this one, right? So, and then what is it that you're going to have here? So your I that you're going to have here, it's going to be same as 0,1799, if I'm not mistaken, 0,1799, right? Then now from here, then you're going to then multiply this by 100, right? And then what is that you're going to get as your interest? You're going to end up getting what? You are going to actually end up having your 18%, right? This is going to be your 18%, which means now the depreciation rate, it is what? It is 18%. Okay, so basically that's what you are going to have whenever you are required to do this type of equation, right? Now let's look at the second thing, right? Now that we have this, the depreciation rate, which is 18%. Now let's look at number 2. Now, the second question requires us to do what? Now, in the second question, we are required to calculate the effective interest rate. If the interest is 9, what? If it's 9.8% per annum compounded monthly, right? So whenever they are saying this is an effective interest rate, we have this particular formula, which is I, right? This is same as what? This is same as 1 plus I effective. 1 plus I effective. It's same as what? Same as 1 plus, this is same as what? I nominal, right? Nominal over what? Over your n. How to get to the power of what? To the power of n. So basically now that's going to be the formula that you're having, right? But since we are looking for the I effective, we can literally just transpose this one, this other side, right? Now, but let's look at in terms of what is it that you're having. So this is why this is going to be I effective, for an example. I effective is going to be same as 1 plus what is going to be the rate that you are given here. So here you are given that the rate that you're having, it's 9,8, which is same as 0,098, right? This is 0,098 over. Now, what is going to be the n? This is going to be 12, right? And then what is going to be the n here? This is going to also what? This is going to be your 12, if I'm not mistaken, right? This is going to be 12. Then subtract 1. Remember, I just took this one and wrote it this other side. Once again. And now what is then that you're going to have? So when you plug this in your calculator, you're going to have your I effective as what? This is going to be same as what now? This is going to be same as 0, comma, if I'm not mistaken, this is 0, comma 1 0 2 5 2 3, right? And then now from here, then you are also going to multiply by what? You're also going to multiply by 100, which means now your I effective, it's going to be same as what? This is going to be same as 10,25%, if I'm not mistaken, right? So this is going to be what? This is going to be 10,25%, which is going to be the interest rate. Once again, so basically that's how you are going to find out what is going to be the I effective for this particular question, right? Now, now for an example, then now let's look at the third question and see in terms of what is it then that you're having here, right? So that's going to be your I effective. Now let's look at now question 3. Now in question 3, what you are given, right? In question 3, what you are given, basically they are saying, Mrs. Pillay invest 80,000 into an account which offers, right? So they say it offers the what? 7.5 interest, which is going to be what? Compounded quarterly for the first 4 years, and thereafter 9,8, which is going to be what for the next 3 years. Now they say calculate the amount of money that will be into the account after what 7 years, if there is no further transaction that is made in here, right? Now I want you to do this, right? The best way of doing this, it's basically using your timeline method, right? When you use your timeline method, then this is up until year 7, right? This is 0, this is 1, right? This is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, and this other one is 7. Now, so what is it then that you're going to do? So now for the first period, right? From 1 up until 4, what is it that you are having, right? From 1 up until 4, then you are given in terms of, now for the first year, for the first 4 years, now this is going to what? This is going to receive an interest of 7.5%, right? And then, which means now then for the last 3 year, that is going to be ending starting from the 4th year up until the 7th year. Now this is going to be receiving a 9, what? A 9,2%. Okay. And you must remember that this is going to be the same amount of money, right? This is going to be the same amount of money. So what is it that one can do, right? So one can start this way, can calculate in terms of what is going to be the amount that is going to be received for the first 4 years, and then take for the amount of money for the first 4 years, and then you are going to then compound it again for the last 3 years, right? So what is it then that you're going to use here? So this is going to be a compounding formula. This is A is equals to P into 1 plus I to the power of what? To the power of n, right? Then now what is it that you're having? Now the principal amount, this is 80,000, right? So this is 80,000. Now this is 80,000 into, now this is going to be same as 1 plus, what is the interest that is received there? So the interest that is received, this is 0, what? This is 0,75 over. Now this is 0.75 over what? Now this is over 4 because this is compounded quarterly. So this is going to be again 4 multiplied by what? 4 years, right? It's the quarter, it's the number of years and how it is compounded, right? So for the first 4 years, what is going to be the amount of money that is going to be accumulated? So when you plug this in your calculator, for an example, this is 1 plus, we said this is 0, 75, right? This is 0.075 over 4, then close bracket, then this is to the power of 16, right? Then the amount of money that this particular account is going to accumulate, it's going to be same as 107,600 and what 689,146 what 65. Now this is going to be for the first 4 years, right? And then after then, what is that you are going to do now? Then you are going to say from here, then you are going to add more money, right? So you are going to take this particular amount now as a principal amount and invest it for the next 3 years, right? So which means then now to get the accumulated amount, this is going to be 7. This is going to be 689,1465 into this is going to be 1 plus what is the interest that you're having? This is same as 0.095 over. This is going to be now this is compounded monthly, right? This is compounded monthly for how many years? This is 3 multiplied by 12 if I'm not mistaken, right? And then now what is going to be the actual accumulated amount that you are going to have here? Now so this particular amount of money, now this is going to then rise to 141,768, 768, comma what? This is comma 60. Okay, this is going to be comma 60. So which means now this is going to be the accumulated money that you're going to have after the 7 years, right? Remember now there was no further deposit on this particular account. It's just the first money and then the second money. And then this is the amount that you're going to have, right? Hopefully now all of this is making sense. Now let's look at your your question 4, right? Or rather your number 4, and see in terms of what is it then that you're having here in your number 4, right? Now, so let's just remove this one now here, now that we are fine with this one, right? So now let's see, what is it that you are going to have then after this, right? So let's see. So they are saying now, exactly 4 years ago, Tashil invested 30,000 in an account earning 6.5% per annum compounded monthly, right? So then now from here, so they say, how much will he receive if he withdraw his money today, right? So which means now they want us to find out in terms of what is going to be this particular amount after what? After 8 years. So this is same as just what? So for your A, this is same as A is equals to P into 1 plus I to the power of N. Now, what is the principal amount that you're having here? So this is going to be, this is same as 30,000, right? Is it 30? Yes, this is 30,000 into 1 plus what is the interest that is given in there? It's 0.065, right? Then now the compounding period, it's compounded monthly. So which means this is going to be for how long? It's going to be 8 multiplied by 12. And then when you plug this in your calculator, when we plug this in our calculator, you're going to get 50,000. So which means after 8 years, this money will accumulate to 50,390. Comma what, comma 07. Again, now that's going to be this one. And then now from here, this is going to be, then we are looking for our B. So let's look at the B. Now they say Tashil withdraws 10,000 3 years, 3 years after making the initial deposit. Reinvest the what? Reinvest the 10,000 5 years after making the initial deposit. Now calculate the difference between the final amount that Tashil will now receive after 8 years and the amount he will receive had he had not been what had then or had there not been any transaction what on the account after the initial deposit, right? So now what is it that they actually want us to do now from here? So they are saying they want us to find out what is it that now your what is going to be the difference now. So which means in this particular case, let me just try and use the number line now so that we can understand this particular scenario, right? So this is up until year number 8, right? So here you're having year number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then right, this is 8, it's fine, right? So this is year 0, this is year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, year 7, year 8, right? We can erase that one. It's absolutely fine, right? So now, so they are saying after the 8 years, now, so they want us to understand firstly, they said for the first, now what did Tashil basically do? Now they are saying Tashil started by doing this, right? They say now withdrew how much? After 3 years, now after the 3rd year here, right? Which means starting from the initial, right? Up until here. Now, they say Tashil withdrew how many? This, which means here, there was a withdrawal amount of what? Of 10,000, if I'm not mistaken. There was a withdrawal amount of 10,000, right? But now, again, after then, which means then you're having this 2-year window period. And then now, Tashil, I think, now got the money back and then deposited again the 10,000 back so that it can continue to mature up until what? Up until the last year. So now, what is it that you are going to have now from here, for an example? So now, the first thing that you are going to do now from here, we can actually calculate in terms of what is going to be this particular amount. So we know initially what is it that we had, right? Which was the 50, which was the what? Which was going to be that particular 1,000, right? So now, so we want to say now from here, firstly, we want to find out in terms of what is going to be this particular amount of money. So we are going to say, all right, now from here, there was a 10,000 withdrawal, and there was also then the 10,000 that was going to be taken back again. And then what is going to be then the amount that you are going to have. So we are going to say, look, then from here, let's start here. I wanted to do it this way. So we can firstly calculate in terms of the original amount, right? So we can use the original amount, which is the 8 years, right? So let's say we are going to use this formula, which is 1 plus I to the power of n, right? So initially, the investment was meant to be the 8 years, right? So now we are going to say, all right, now what is it that you're going to have if you are having the 30,000 into, right? Then this is 30,000 into what? Now into 1 plus 0, what? 0, 0.65. This is 0, 0.65 over what? Over 12 for the what? For the entire duration of 8 years multiplied by what? Multiplied by 12. Then now you subtract what from here? Now, if this was the amount that you are going to now withdraw from here, or this was the amount that you're supposed to accumulate, now what happened? Then now we're going to subtract the 10 years and also, we are going to subtract the 10,000 and also the interest that it was meant to what? The interest that it was meant to what? That it was meant to accumulate. Again, so which means then you are going to say now subtract 10. Remember, what is it that you are having here? This is going to be subtract 10,000. And then now the 10,000, remember from here, it's going to be then how much, now the number of years that are remaining, right? Remember the 10,000, it's after the 3rd year, right? Which means now we are left with the what? You are left with your 5 years thereafter, right? So which means this is going to be 1 plus, what is the interest that you're going to have here? This is 0, 0.06 5 over what? Over 12. Then this is going to be 5 multiplied by 12, right? And then you are also then going to say what? Now, this is the 10,000 and also the interest that it was supposed to get for the next coming 5 years. Remember, it already received its interest here, right? From here, which means now we are saying here we are subtracting the 10,000 plus the interest that it was meant to also earn. And then now we are saying now we are adding back the 10,000, right? So this is going to be then now plus 10,000 again. and the interest that is going to earn for the last 3 years, right? So this is same as 1 plus 0,065 over. This is over 12. And then now, remember the 10,000, when it's taken back, now it's taken back after the 5th year, which means it's only remaining worth what? With 3 years for it to accumulate an interest, right? So which means this is going to be 3 now multiplied by what? 3 multiplied by 12. And then this is going to be the amount of money that you're going to end up having in your bank, right? So, and when you plug this in your in your equation, this is going to be 48,000, right? This is 48,007 0. This is 708, comma what? Comma 61. Altogether. So this is going to be the amount of money that this particular person will have, right? Since there's an addition and also subtraction of the what? Of the 10,000. However, the question says, now, what is the amount of money that this particular person ended up losing because of the withdrawals and also the depositing of this particular amount, right? So which means then now you're going to take what is it that what is this person was supposed to have, right? Then this person was supposed to have like 50,000 390,07. But now, because of the subtraction and the addition of the 10,000, this is also 10,000 here, right? Of the 10,000, this person ended up having 48,070 8, what, 61. And which means now this person ended up losing or having a what? Having losing an interest of what? Of 1,681, what, 46 altogether. 81,46, yes, 1,681,46, right? So which means this particular person now ended up having what? Having losing an interest of this particular amount of money altogether. And then what caused this? Because look, after the 3rd year, right? Remember there was now 10,000 that was taken out. And when the 10,000 is taken out now, and also you are taking out also the interest that this particular 10,000 was also going to it's going to receive, right? And then now when you're taking it back here after the 5th year, can you see that it already lost this particular interest here for this 2-year period altogether? So now that's what basically you are required to do in this particular questions, right? Hopefully all of this makes sense and you are in a position to answer all these types of questions. Thank you very much for listening.